Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Trax Max, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, today we're on Yumiko Kuchiki's account, and they've asked me to take a look at their account for them. In fact, I will read what they asked me. Would really like advice on where to go next, or any advice you could give in how to improve my account. I can't get to Gold 1. That's Tag Team Arena, I assume. I can stay with 0 problems on Silver 4, but I can't get past that. And gear. Aha. Okay, so first I'll look at the account in general, see what they're doing here, how far they've progressed everywhere, and where I think they should start focusing on. And then we'll take a look at what they're doing in Tag Team Arena, because that seems to be an issue. At least half of the explanation there is about Tag Team Arena, and I understand it's frustrating if you can't get into that Gold 1 right now. So yeah, let's take a look at that, shall we?
Hey guys, quick timeout here. Just a heads up. When I recorded this video, it was over 4 hours long, and initially I thought it was just going to be one video and I was going to chop it up into like an hour or something, but after editing for, I don't know, a couple of hours really, I realized soon that I probably need to make several videos out of this one takeover. A little bit unfortunate because I kind of wanted to get everything in one block, so like if you see it, you see it, but yeah, it's just too much. It's way too much. There's too much on the account going on that I wanted to fix, and yeah, that's basically it. So there's going to be other videos coming, so stay tuned for those if you like this one, and yeah, enjoy.
A new day just started in the game, so let's take a look right here. We've collected physics, so we're over 271 days. I don't recall if they actually told me how long they've been playing for. Okay, so claim items. This probably means a gem pack. Okay, so they do spend some. Claim items. What do I have to claim here? Ah, it's gone. Okay, it was bugged. So I assume they have the gem pack. Yeah. If you're going to spend on the game, gem pack is usually, well, no, it just is basically the best option. However, it's arguably also good to go for like the battle pass or the, well, it's not called battle pass anymore, right? The forge pass, that's what I was referring to, especially in like sets that are good for arena. Unless you don't really care about arena or anything, you're just trying to like beat everything in the game, then you really don't need any of that gear. But gem packs and stuff will help you obviously to complete fusions and yeah, whatnot. Okay, so let's take a look at the champions first. +2 Kandrafon, nice. My favorite champion, actually. I don't have a +2, but I do have 3 copies of him. But I hope to at some point be able to merge some of them together. I have 2 of them built though, so I'm always going to keep the 2 for sure. But maybe the other copies I can at some point also get to make it +2 out of them. Let's take a look at this build. I assume they use them. 6.5k, nice attack. That's a solid build there. Kind of slow though. 166, yeah. But they are in Savage and Cruel, so this is like, if this guy gets a turn, he's gonna smack for sure. That's a nasty Kandrafon right there. Would be a little better if it was a little faster, I think. For like classic arena, doesn't matter that much, but if you want to start doing live arena, you think you want a little bit more speed. Like either that or he needs to be like in Stone Skin or something, right? Like kind of protect himself. But overall, very good build, I'd say. I don't even know what the he gets like 500 from the blessing and he gets 300 from empowerment. Doesn't get any crit damage yet. It's only +2, yeah, okay. Put him into a lightning cage. I like lightning cage. I don't know if it's like the optimal thing right now. It's it's possible that Soul Reap is actually the thing. I don't know why she has Soul Reap though. May have a use, I don't know, but that's kind of weird. Anyway, go down a line. So we have a Rosin going here. That seems to be like a clan boss Rosin. Yeah, I think that's a clan boss Rosin right there. The lifesteal and although they did go Helm Smasher. That's weird. Like Helm Smasher makes sense if you're gonna make a nuker out of him, but if you're gonna use him in clan boss, and this is also more like a nuker. Yeah, that this is kind of off to me. Like I understand this build if it's for clan boss, but if it's not for clan boss, uh you don't really want lifesteal on him then, right? Like these masteries are for a nuker. They're not for PvE. See, increases damage inflicted by 8% for the first hit on an enemy. That's something you want in like a go first team in arena. So you get the extra damage. And this is also more of a arena mastery. It does get used in clan boss and stuff. Like for instance, off the top of my head, like a Brogni in the Infinitive comp that, got nerfed recently, but it still exists. You can still use it. Brogni and Helm Smasher, apparently, according to Mullet Reaver, one of the top dogs in that format, will say, he was saying that Helm Smasher is actually better just because it gives more damage even to increase the shield of the A2 for Brogni. But yeah, that's a niche scenario, right? In general, if you're doing clan boss, or if this is for a clan boss build, you definitely want War Master on Rosin. Well, at least, no, actually, well, I don't know. It may be maybe so you want Giant Slayer, but definitely not the ignore defense thing. You want either Giant Slayer or War Master, in my opinion. But I don't know what they're using this for, so maybe there's a reason for this, but I don't really see why right now. Yumiko. The name of the account. Really nice. Very, very nice. 50,000 HP is pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. A decent amount of defense actually. 303 speed, 682 accuracy. Considering she's 303 speed, I think this is a nice amount of accuracy actually. These must be some pretty decent pieces. Well, double roll speed, triple roll speed, double roll, double accuracy, 1 speed, double speed on an accuracy chest. Okay, double that. All right. Triple accuracy roll on the amulet is helpful. The refresh ring, nice. You see they have some blue gear on the Yumiko here, so there's definitely improvement possible. And like this has 1 roll that, I mean, this is basically a rare piece too, right? You don't care about the crit damage, so this is kind of a rare. This is a good, very good roll. Like the double speed and 1 accuracy roll for an epic piece is spot on. And here she has like the resistance roll that you don't really care about. So this is also more like an epic piece, you could say. So there's some improvement possible here for sure. And this, of course, like you get HP or defense percentage on this, and that'll be way better than it is right now as well. But overall, yeah, solid build for sure. Presence. All right. He's 3-star. Okay. Weakens enemy aura. Yeah, that's nice. Solid Yumiko. Would love to have one myself. All right, didn't go for the Death Knight 4-star, looks like. I don't blame him. I mean, they're basically fusions you're doing to obtain these stars, so if you don't have the time or whatever. Okay, so this guy's in 6-piece stone skin, which I do recommend you do. That's just by far his best build in my opinion. But I'm already noticing here that they've built him with damage, 4 damage actually, it looks like. Oh. See, I don't understand why. Really? I know that Death Knight has a decent AoE smack, and even his A1 does decent damage. But that's really not his purpose. I mean, you don't have to build every champion with the purpose intended or whatever. I'm not saying that. And I'm sure this is fun to watch champions go down with a by the wrath of a ultimate Death Knight. But the thing is, you build him very slow, right? That's obviously what you want him to be, very slow. And they've done that here pretty well. 135. If you build this guy to go so slow, but you're also using him as a nuker, how and when are you going to kill your opponent? Because they're basically not going to rotate through their abilities enough to actually kill things. Let's say that this guy could actually nuke. First off, they're in stone skin, so they're not ignoring defense like your nukers and savage will be doing. And they're going so slow that once they do take a turn, I mean, just imagine this scenario, right? Imagine a Pythion on the other side, or a Duchess, even worse, on the opponent's side. And you're trying to nuke them with this thing. They're going to heal laps around, even if you would deal, I don't know, 50,000 damage. You're not going to do that with this build, by the way, but I'm just saying, like, well, even if you do that amount, you're talking about champions that have like 80 plus thousand HP on them. And if they're going twice for every time you're only going once, well, they're just going to regenerate their HP back before you get a chance to, do your A1 or whatever you want to do. So personally, I would probably get rid of this crit rate and everything. I mean, if it's possible, at least. I haven't checked the gear yet, but yeah, I don't see the merit of going ham on the crit rate and crit damage here and dropping a whole chunk of HP. Reality is here that if you get stripped with this Ultimate Death Knight in late arena, high-end arena, I don't think you're gonna have much chance, even with this defense, right? People have Savage, people have Blessings. some champions just ignore defense, so it's like 50k is nothing. This is really not enough HP to survive if you get stripped. Obviously, if you don't get stripped, any champion can survive. Well, most champions can survive long enough to get a turn. But I would probably rebuild Death Knight and make a more tanky version. Don't really waste your time like on this crit damage. But that's just me. I'd use him as a protector, like put him in the role that he's good for. He's basically meant to just stand there and take all the single target hits. That's what he's meant for. And if you're just putting him in very slow, very tanky, it's super annoying to deal with because like all your A1s just automatically go to him. He soaks up all those A1s, and yeah, that's just his job. I guess I can look at your gear real quick and push you in a direction of what kind of stone skin I would put him into, but I would definitely not be doing this. So, like for the weapon, you're going to be looking for accuracy, HP, and resistance. So let's see if we actually have that. You may actually just have the Nutter Butters. Well, you have one. So I would actually be looking to level up this piece for him. You could go like crit rate in the last slot or like HP. Any combination here that like maybe flat? No. Oh, we do have this one. Okay, so this is actually way better for him. And then hopefully not hit speed here, but the good thing is we can't hit speed with our rolls, right? So you hit like an extra 5% here. That's a decent piece, or just the resistance. Getting a little bit of resistance on him is okay. Yeah, but something like that I would put on here. Not this crit rate, not crit damage, crit rate. But I've seen actually the funny thing is I've seen almost the same exact build on one of my previous takeovers, and they were using him to nuke as well. So I don't know if that's something, some other content creator or something put out and people have just saw that happen and tried it themselves. I don't know if that's the case, but I highly recommend to not do that. Unless you just want to have some fun, right? But if you really want to progress, you really want to get that gold one in Tag Team Arena, I would try and use and optimize this guy for what he's really good at. Because he is one of the best champions for Arena in the entire game, okay? So, you're not going to build a Yumiko to nuke either, right? You're going to use her for what she's built to do. And that's put people's things on cooldowns and reset your own cooldowns and just be an annoying woman, right? And he's just the same, really. Like he is very, very annoying to deal with in Arena, and the tankier and slower you make him, the more annoying he is to deal with. Yeah, here also like the offense tree. I don't know if I know I would not do this. I would not go Helm Smasher. I think mine might actually have War Master too, because it's not really built for damage, but that way he still kind of has like some damage built in. Yeah, and like here, 100%, it's either this or this, and most will probably opt for this one. Because, well, what are the hits that hurt you? The critical hits are the ones that hurt you. So you're actually getting a lot of damage reduction with this improved parry. And you'll get some resistance on the way, which is also nice. And you can just, like, instead of this one, take these two. And just ignore these. Like, again, you're not a nuker. Death Knight is not a nuker. He can hit decently hard, but he's just not a nuker, okay? So definitely get rid of these, and then I would probably go this route. And if you don't want to go this, you don't want the resistance, then at least get this so that you have some protection from AoE attacks. So yeah, that's enough on Death Knight. I hope that pushes you more in the right direction. I do like this Ward of the Fallen though. I think this is okay on him. I wouldn't really know what else to put on him. Obviously, if you had a 6-star, you would want Polymorph on him, but I think this is probably pretty decent for him. All right, physics. How's she looking? Oh, pretty good actually. Got the books in the places you want them. That's nice. Has a brimstone. She is 2 stars, so that will also give her HP normally, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, gets 5k from there. 218 speed again. That's not super amazing actually. Oh, and the accuracy is actually quite low as well. Let's see for Hydra. Okay, wait a minute. Here's another one of those. What's going on? What's going on? There's Savage on her. Hey. Um, yeah, again, like physics has a decent smack, but she's really not, that's not really what you want to use her for. Physics is a very good champion for Hydra, and I would highly recommend that you build her for that. And if you build her in a decent set for Hydra, she can actually be pretty useful for Tag Team Arena as well. Sometimes provoking a team, you know, stripping them or something and then provoking them is all you need to really win. You don't always need like Yumiko right off the bat. Like a strip plus a physics can seal the deal as well. So, yeah, I'm not going to look into this too much, but there's not even 100% crit rate here, so I don't know why she's in Savage, to be fair. The only thing I can think of is maybe she's used for something like Fire Knight, but then normal Fire Knight or something, and put in Savage to help get through the waves or something, but yeah, I don't know, man. Physics is really, really strong, and you put the books in her already, so I would highly recommend putting her into like it doesn't really matter, like double perception with maybe an immortal set or something, or triple perception or anything along those lines. More survivability, more tankiness, more accuracy, more speed. Definitely. You want to be pushing your speeds a little higher than this 200 mark. Like 200 is good for normal dungeons, but after that, like if you're talking about Hydra, talking about Arena, especially if you're trying to get into Gold 1 Tag Team Arena, these are rookie numbers. Sorry, but 218 is not enough. It's not going to cut it. People are going to run laps around you, so yeah. Let's take a look at the RB, which usually is the fastest on people's accounts. Pick up any skins? No. Ah, they're working on the Dark Fallen one. Cool. All right, we do have some nice accessories here. Reaction rings, that's nice. Although, typically, you hopefully don't want to use these, right? Because the idea is that you're going to go first. But nice backup plan if you don't happen to go first. So let's see here. We're going at 352. That's decent, I'd say. Mine was around the same speed for a long time, actually. Most recently, I had some upgrades, and I'm quite above that now on my Arbiter, but that's decent. 352 is not bad. I don't know how long they've been playing, so I can't say for sure. And like this is weird. I don't know why they've done this. Like the moment you saw the HP here, don't waste your oil on this anymore, for real. Uh you want more speed here, right? This needs to be speed. If this is not speed, let it go. I mean, for Arbiter, right? If it's another champion, there's other rules, but for Arbiter, you want her to go fast. So once you see this happen, just let it go. Keep it at 1 star. You do not want to ascend this any further. Do an attack chest, or but this is really nice. Triple roll in a speed set on a 6-star piece. Really nice. That's very good. Double roll here. It's fine, you know. Triple roll on the 5-star. So there's some improvement possible. Another triple roll 5-star. And then another double roll on. So basically this is a rare piece, right? So you basically have like 1, 2 rare pieces, and then you have 2 5-star pieces. So you know, at least 4 pieces here that can be way better. This is kind of hard to get, okay? That took me a while myself to get like speed boots with a speed ascension. But these can definitely be brought up relatively easily, I'd say, if you farm enough dragon, of course. There's like, yeah, double rolls. All you need to do is get like a triple roll on a 6-star piece, you know, like here, and you're already adding like 5 to 6 more speed. So the banner, very nice. You've actually managed to do something that I even haven't been able to manage on my account, and it's get a triple roll on a 6-star banner. For 2.5 years, I've been trying and trying and trying, and do not get the triple roll on my Arbiter banner. So bravo, very good. But overall, yeah, I'd say this is a decent build. She's decently fast. She has good defense. No accuracy, unfortunately, but maybe once you get like an accuracy banner on her with the triple roll instead. All right, next, Mithrala. One of the best champions in the game, by the way, Mithrala. Arguably the best champion in the game. And that's a pretty bold statement, I know, but matter of fact, you can use Mithrala in every single area of the game. There's really not an area in the game where you can't use Mithrala. She's that good. She brings that much to the table. So, arguably, she's the best champion in the game. Also because she's kind of easy to build. Like, her passive is so broken, so bonkers, that it makes her really easy to build. Well, let's take a look here. So, very fast. I like that. I like either a stone skin build with a decent speed, or just if you're going for the perception build, then just push your speed as high as possible. And it looks like they did that here. So a triple perception. Yeah, that I'd say this is decent. Maybe I'd like a little more defense on her. But, you know, not always easy to obtain. It has some resistance here. This is a nice piece actually for her. Also can be glyphed still, so potentially will be over 300 speed, which is really nice. Yeah, nice. Not much I can say about this. It's I like this build. Personally, I enjoy a little bit more defense on her. Just be able to tank some hits too, right? War Master, that's odd to me. For Hydra, it makes sense, but then it doesn't make that much sense for things like Arena, for instance. Like you could get an extra 50 resistance and accuracy on here. Then you're looking at 950, like then you're really out of range of, then you're even out of range out of some of the bombers combined with Gimme if they opt to go for more attack than accuracy, which is usually the case. You could actually resist those bombs even. But again, I don't know where they're using this Mithralis, so maybe they need the War Master for something. I'm not sure, but I probably would go for Eagle Eye myself. I'm pretty sure that's what I did on my account. Cardiel. Wow. So it has a Yumiko and a Cardiel. Fancy. Fancy stuff. So what are we looking at here? Stone Skin. Interesting. 268. 3.5. 61k HP. Decent amount of resistance. No, not crazy, but just like you're not going to get debuffed by stuff like Arbiter, for instance, right? I'm not going to lie, I'm not super familiar with Cardiel. I've never actually played with one myself, but I have seen some builds and I know they like to put resistance on him just because he has a cleanse, right? Removes all debuffs on a 3-turn cooldown with the revive on death. If you've ever fought in him in arena, you know the annoying revive on death that can't be removed, so you have to sit it out, right? Brimstone is wrong, though. I can tell you that much. You don't want Brimstone on him. I can say that for a fact because you need accuracy for Brimstone, and you don't have accuracy because you're Cardiel, and I don't believe you have any debuffs, do you? No. Well, you have the True Fear, but I probably wouldn't even bother with that. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with this A1 at all, so Brimstone is not the way to go for him. What do you want then on him? Well, probably Life Harvest is okay. Temple Chains is okay. Temple Chains is probably one of your best bets here. Because usually I think Cardiel gets used as an ally attacker. Right? Heavenly Host. Crit rate, crit damage, all allies for 2 turns. Teams up and then they try to knock someone down. So that said, if you're trying to go first, what's it called here? Temple Chains will help with that. If the opponent puts up like speed buffs and stuff, they're going to get slowed by this, right? So that's pretty good on him. And otherwise, just intimidating presence. Lightning Cage is fine, I guess, to protect your buffs, but I wouldn't be too worried about that. Yeah, or Life Harvest. So if they do try to revive their champions, they come back with this. Maybe this could be okay too. If you get a debuff, he fills his turn meter a bit. But those are kind of the things I would look at, but not Brimstone, for sure not Brimstone. Again though, I don't know where all these champions are being used, so it's just overall basic things that I would do with a champion, right? My 2 cents, as they say. Okay, shield set Lydia. Does that mean you have a seer here somewhere? Let's see. Let's see if we see her. There she is. Seer. Okay, so Lydia and shield set, that's most likely because of this gal right here. Ooh, that's a nice build. That's a very nice build. Congratulations on that. That's way better than my build. So, oh, there's still another level up possible. What is this? An accuracy? Sure. Why not? That'll help. Yeah, but this gal got all the good. Ooh, nice. That's a nice piece. Even if it's only 5-star, 20% crit rate. Yeah, let's go. Nice year. Very nice. But we were doing Lydia. We got trailed off to Seer because Lydia is in the shield set, which is fine if you're using her to combo with Seer, obviously. Let's see. How fast is she? 265, 3000 defense. Nice HP. 318 accuracy. 318 accuracy seems kind of low. I guess you can get 36 extra here, which probably makes it just enough for our Doom Tower. But you might run into issues if you want to try and use her in Arena. So, yeah, I don't know about that. But she has a decent amount of HP for the shield set, and still has a decent amount of defense. 3,100 is not amazing, but it's still something. Like, it's not like Duchesses are going to start chipping down at her HP or anything like that, right? But that's pretty neat. Speaking of Arena, she does have a reaction ring, so I don't know, she may be using Arena, but you probably want more accuracy if you're going to use her in Arena. So yeah, I've been going over most of these champions, but I don't know which ones are actually being used and what isn't being used. So maybe I should look at that first before I go over all these champions, because they have a lot of them built here. Remarkable. Pretty neat how many they have built. 2 Skull Crowns built. Double Geo, very nice. Aniri, very nice. Shmail. Good for Hydra. Demitha here. So let's see what kind of team they're running for Clan Boss, actually. The Myth-Fu, very nice. With a Jintoro. Cool stuff. Congrats. I wish I had a Fushan myself. But unfortunately, I do not. Did they do their key here? Yes, they did. Did they do Brutal yet? No. So I'll do that real quick for them. Wait, let's double check. No, they didn't do it yet. Okay. 19 here. Almost 40 mil there. Seeker did a lot too, because it's Spirit Affinity. Good stuff. All right. Let's get in here and get these mystery shards. See, are they buying them? Yeah. Good job. Very good. Always keep buying the mystery shards. Okay. So I'm not gonna go over every champion, but looking at the roster, it's pretty stacked, right? We have a Rima, we have a Duchess, we have Pythion, Kymar, Mithrala, Kandrafon, Yumiko, Ultimate Death Knight, obviously Arbiter. What else is Lydia is useful for, can be useful for your Arena. Cardiel can be good. Even Kayoku is decent for arena. Carl can be used in arena. Tormund is pretty good in arena. This guy can be used in arena. More for live arena, but can still be used in classic as well, or tag team. Brockus is actually pretty good versus speed teams. Ronda is obviously good. Eric's is here. Now, this is a champion that I have in my fragments, right? But I haven't built her yet. Well, obviously, because she's in my fragments. But I actually disrespect this champion way too often and then get my butt kicked by her in the arena. Like this week, it happened at least twice where I just, disrespected her, didn't ban her, or didn't play around her enough, or, and she just basically wiped my team. So very good champion, but I don't have the experience with her yet to tell you how to build her or whatnot, but very good champion. Astralon can hit pretty hard as well. Folly can hit pretty hard. Also has the block revive on him, which is pretty nice. What is he looking like? Huh. Lifesteal, huh? I wonder if that solo stage 20 of Spider or something. Because I use Tyrant to solo a lot of stuff too, but I have him in regen. But maybe this is an easier build. Burners. Thalia. Valkyrie in there. Nice. A Ghostborn. A lot of people jealous of that, I'm sure. Tomb Lord. Is he being used? I haven't seen a champion here that looks like a solo champion at all. Or did I just miss it? Like one of the things that that I like to do is have a champion that can solo a dungeon so that you can farm food with it while you're soloing it, right? So people who can do this are, well, for instance, Tyrant Ixlimore. Now, this has lifesteal on it, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if he can actually solo stuff with this build. Maybe he can. So if that's the case, my bad. I take my words back. But if that's not the case, I would look into maybe getting regeneration on him or something and trying that way, because I know for a fact in regeneration he can solo a lot of, well, he can solo like Ice Golem, Dragon, Spider 20, all the potion keeps. So double Brogni. So for this takeover, I'm gonna have to take one of your Brognis from you. No, I'm just kidding. Congratulations. I wish I had a Brogni. Here in Ursaga, it's actually, I went over her. I don't know why, but she's also very good for arena. Yeah, put in a bolster set. Really nice. That's a very good arena champion right there. Nice and bulky. Yeah, very cool. All right, let's see what else we have going. We got ourselves a Draco. Really nice. Ragash. Now, this is a guy you want to put in Savage, probably. Try and make him a little faster as well, but yeah, he's built fairly well, actually. I can't complain about his build too much, other than I probably would try to get him a little faster if possible, but, and of course try and get your 100% crit rate, but Iron Brago, he's just put into some random gear, looks like. Oh, it does have a 100% crit rate. Damn. And some decent stats. I guess. Well, no accuracy really, but I guess he's just faction wars or something. Let's see. What else do we have going on here? A Genbo. Oh, very slow. Very slow Genbo. 280% crit damage. Not bad. Madame Ceres. Madame Ceres. I don't think she's built yet because this banner is not even leveled up yet, huh? Already at 741 though. That's a decent chunk of accuracy. Triple roll, triple roll, triple roll, triple roll. Accuracy chest, obviously, and then a double roll on the boots. Double roll there. Yeah. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay-ish. Man, kind of slow again. Seems to be a theme. A lot of these champions are pretty slow. Ooh, that's an interesting build. I've never seen that before on a Rector. Wow, nice resistance actually. Good Hydra champ. Yeah, we already went over to Seer. Here's a Magnar still, also in lethal even. So they're farming Doom Tower for lethal gear, which is also good. Got ourselves an Ugo. Just fast and some okay-ish accuracy. Allure probably used. I'm not actually sure. I was gonna say probably used for Doom Tower for the Dark Fae, but I'm not sure if that speed cuts it. We might need a little more speed on her, but I'm not sure on that. If you have someone who's faster that can push down turn meter before her, then it's probably fine. But otherwise, it might be a little slow. Royal Guard. Building Whisper. Really nice. I need to get to building mine at some point as well. See, her speed looks more like what I think you should be running in general. Like 190 to 210, 220. A second Cardiel. Bro. That's crazy. There's a second Cardiel on this account? Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Not gonna lie, that's pretty nuts. We got the rabbit here still, Lonnie sitting here chilling. A second rosin. Ah, rip. F in the comments, bro. F in the comments for the second rosin. Doom Priest. Got a Painkeeper in here. May you need it. Let's check the vaults. Yoshi chilling in the vault here. Ah, double Painkeeper here again. Bunch of epics, yeah. Kind of like most of our storages. Ooh. Gonna have to check the faction guardians in a second, but let's look at the reserve vault first. I think I saw a what's it called? Boyer, Solid Bond Boyer. Yeah, here. There's one at 50. And then there's a second one here at 40. I definitely this needs to be a stun set. 100% put her in a stun set. And never look back. That's all I'm going to say about it. Like, level her up to 60, put her in a stun set. That's it. Same for this one. Level her up to 60, put her in a stun set. Never look back. Make them fast. That's it. Okay, the silly and the lucky. And the simple right here. Alexander, whatever. The sharpshooter. In the vault. Probably where they belong. Another Aniri here. That's nice. Yeah, see, one of the things here is I want to see why there's all these rares here, right? Like what they're doing here in on the account. So you got this filled out. These are not filled out, but they're almost filled out. 410, 410, 610, 410. Personally, unless you need the speed for something like ILs, right? Even though it's only 3 speed, like it's like 1 glyph or something. So I can't imagine you really needing that. I probably would get rid of most of these rares. Just use them for food. Like what of these champions are you using? They're just clogging up space in your account, basically. Like for her, sure, you know, if you use her, well, this is not even doing anything right now to begin with, because there you go. Like if you're using her for like secret rooms and stuff, you know, sure, then keep this on there. But you're not really using them for that. I don't know. I don't think it's worth keeping all these rares. It's just clogging up your vault, and it looks like you're pretty stacked here. Like if you have to pull shards, you're kind of in trouble, right? You don't even have a room to pull shards. This is piled up, and yeah, you have 9 spots here. So again, if you're not using the faction or a champion in the specific faction, then I'd say adios. Really, just get rid of them. Like most factions, if you really want to fill them again for some reason, you can just like farm campaign or open more shards and you'll get copies of rares. Rares aren't that hard to get. If you're hitting Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare every day, you should be getting enough rares to fill it up if you would need it for something, right? But right now, just like what are all these rares? And how many rares do you actually have built? Let's look at that maybe. So we have the typical guys like the Cold Heart, another Cold Heart, Painkeeper. So Dark Elves, right? You could opt to keep that in there for Dark Elves, which I think is fine because you're probably going to have a couple of Cold Hearts built anyway. I have 4 Cold Hearts on my account built, so might as well put them in there if you have them. But I don't even know if I fill up the whole thing. I might, but it's really not that important. The 3 speed really doesn't matter that much. You can get that from gear or just area bonuses and stuff like that easily. So to me, that's worth more than, you know, this. Because this is just like, I mean, how many champions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows, 10 rows of rares, and you could easily get rid of 40, 50 champions here, and your account would be fine. And at least you have some room to work with, you know, like Because this would freak me out. If I want to build teams and I need to like switch things from here to there and do it one by one, God, like the game takes long enough already, right? So why waste your time in stats you're not using? So we have undead, right? We have two. That's interesting. Why do you have two frozen banshees built? Hmm. Interesting. For ice golem or something? I don't know. Or maybe like early game clan boss or something. Could be two. Probably that. Obviously, Eris, star of the Demitha show. Without Eris, you're gonna need some void legendaries most of the time, or Alva. A bulwark. That's also early clan boss. That's also early clan boss. I assume this guy's just in there for faction wars right now. Maybe probably at a certain point was in 6 speed sets, but got replaced by Arbiter and then is now muling some artifacts. So we see, what is that? Like, I don't know what these are for, but let's assume they're being used. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 factions. So basically, if you have those 4 factions maxed out, you can just free up all the rest because you're not using them. Unless you're trying to, maybe for your barbarians, if you eventually want to start working on those soulbound warriors and stuff for secret rooms, which eventually, if you want to get your Ramon through, you're going to have to do anyway. But again, like, even you can easily even just skip the last part here, that speed, unless it's like for your Eris, maybe the speed is hard to get and 3 speed really helps you to get there. But yeah, it's just not super important to get your rare faction guardian filled, in my opinion. It's a little helpful for some champions, but really not necessary. So that's also definitely something I would look at, is clean up some of that mess, right? And that was already quite a long talk about a bunch of stuff here.
All right, so as you can see, during the recording, even I think this point was about 1 hour and a half in, and I had only done, I'd only looked at champions basically, not even any dungeons yet or stuff like that. So I guess now is a really good time to stop and say thanks for watching, and well, hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you do, there's more to come. It's recorded already, so I just have to edit it all still, and yeah, take out the highlights. There were some champions I left out of this run too. I'll talk about them real quick. There were like a Diliana and Savage, which was really weird to me. There was an Artak in Stoneskin at like 157 speed or something like that. Really weird. And there was another champion, but too much information. It's all clogged up, but kind of weird builds. Anyway, if you enjoyed this and if it helped you in any way, please consider liking the video and subscribing if you haven't yet. And yeah, catch you guys next week. Peace.